This K-drama was not at all what I thought it would be. In the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, these three friends coming together, them against the world, they're gonna get closer, they're gonna heal each other's wounds, and it's gonna be such a wholesome, like, happily ever after. No words, just whiplash. My god. Originally, my friend recommended I watch it, and she just kept saying how, like, funny the one character is, Suho. I'm gonna butcher the names. You know what? I actually am very proud of myself because this time I know at least the three main characters' names. I swear I probably don't know other names, but usually I finish a K-drama and I try to talk about it and then I'm like, wow, I know not a single character's name. So this is an improvement. She kept saying, oh, he's so funny, he's so funny. So I was like, oh, so it's a comedy. And then I started watching and I was like, okay, it's a little bit more deep. And then I continued watching and I was like, okay, life will never be the same. The main character. First of all, I have no idea why this is called Weak Hero. Because who is weak? And who is a hero? And what? This is gonna have a lot of spoilers. I would say I'd recommend watching it before watching this, but I don't know if I recommend watching it because I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to put you through that. Is the main character supposed to be weak hero? Because I get the hero part, he's trying to save his friends and stuff and like stand up for himself and others, but like weak, he's not in any way weak. This kid, sure, cannot run to save his life. He's super unfit, super unhealthy. He looks like he's going to drop dead at any second, but with just his knowledge, he's able to beat up a crew of thugs. Unrealistic, okay? That's not how that works, which makes it all the more impressive. I really wanted to see this character's, like, you know, character arc. I wanted to see him go from this zombie to, like, you know, finding friendship and then getting happier, and then in the end he will, like, I just want to, throughout this whole series, I just wanted to throw his textbooks out the window, pick him up, put him in bed, tuck him in, and just like let him sleep for like 68 hours straight, and then pick him up and be like, go play with your friends, live your life. You're only allowed to study for like 3 hours a day from now on, which is still a lot. That's still excessive, but no more than that. Also, he's going to school and the like Hakwan. This kid stresses me out. That being said, I think he's the funniest character because the deadpan, the staring, I don't know, he's so... I found him so funny, and his story is sad because he obviously just does not care about life if he's willing to just throw away everything. Like, why? I don't understand why he's so into studying. I guess that's the only thing he has, but he doesn't seem to care about anything. Like, you're gonna tell me you're gonna study for hours and hours every single day, that your grades are so important, but you're willing to wreck that by stabbing someone? You're not gonna get into a good school by stabbing every person who looks at you a little bit in a way that you don't like. Sock. Oh my goodness, I spent the entire first half of the series just being like, oh, like, I just want to give him a hug. Oh, he's so cute. I kept calling him cutie patootie. I was like, he is so adorable. And he honestly, he kind of like reminded me of someone, and I could not for the life of me figure it out. And I was like, today when I was watching Going 17, as one is obligated to do in their free time, I was like, Wanu, he kind of reminds me of Wanu. It's just something. It's just something. But anyway, after calling him Cootie Patootie and like, he's older than me. And I'm pretty old. I was so shocked. Oh my god. Can't look at him the same anymore. I can't look at him the same anymore anyway, because what the freak was that? What the freak was that? Oh, he was so annoying. But even more annoying is like, I understand where he's coming from. And that's like, oh, and then the scene where the main dude, Shien's trying to like punch him and he can't because he understands too, and it's just like, yeah, ah. And the most annoying part is he's still not taking responsibility. Yunho was like, dude, stop blaming everyone else. And then he died. Did he? Oh my gosh, he didn't die. He didn't die, because if he died, I will die too. That's the only thing keeping me going. Oh, also, Bomsock's dad, like, that dude in every other K-drama I've watched is this goofy, I would say lovable, but he's more annoying than lovable character that, like, oh my gosh, seeing him be a bad guy, no, that was horrible. That was so... Yeah, I'm really upset because like I literally almost cried in the beginning, just like feeling so bad for Bomsock, and then he freaking does a 180. Why? Why? I kept being like, how are they gonna come back from this? Because they're all best friends. They're all end up best friends in the end. So how are they gonna come back from this? How did they come back from him trying to like freaking kill him by destroying his bike? Like, how are they gonna come back from that? Because they've got to come back from that, and they never came back from it, and it just escalated more. Suho, if that's his name, I kind of forget if these are the right names, and I was saying that I was proud before, but hopefully that's right. He is super cool. He is super, oh dude, from the beginning, he's what made me think like, yes, this is going to be so good. And it was so good, just in a very different way. He's a hero. He stands up for what he believes in. I mean, the main dude does too. He stands up for what he believes in to a fault. That guy is the stubbornest person I've ever seen in my life. He does not give a single anything. But Suho also does not back down at all. That's not his name, is it? Yeah, Suho, okay, I'm good. He was so cool. The fact that he could just like beat up people like nothing. He's just like, ooh, duck, oh, pa-doo. So cool. And he's so cool too, but he's working 3 jobs. 3? Living with his grandma who never gets to see him, and he never skips a day of school. So much respect. My God. And he didn't deserve it. It's always the nicest people. Why is it always the good little angels? I mean, he is stubborn. He doesn't know when to shut up because what the freak? Why apologize and then do the exact same thing that you're apologizing for? Because in the end, in the fight scene, before the fight scene, he's like, I'm sorry, I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's Mom's gonna do now? Because he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. He got an apology. And then he's like, so go apologize to those 2. Which like, yes, he should apologize to those 2. But you're literally, the thing you're apologizing to him for is being bossy. He was so upset that you were looking down on him and being bossy. He's honestly just upset because he's very insecure and he has a crush on Suho. And was I the only one who read it as a crush? I think Pomsock was in love with Suho. Like, it could have just been him being obsessed, like they said, with like him being popular, but he wasn't even, you know, like, yeah, he was popular, but he didn't really have close friends or whatever. I don't know. To me, it really read like he had a crush on Suho, and then when the girl, what is her name? I don't want to call her the girl. When Yoongi came in to the picture, he got so freaking jealous. And like, I felt so bad for him too. I felt bad, but also annoyed, because I'm like, dude, stop thinking like that. Whenever they were all together hanging out without Bomsock and he got super bummed out. Like, I felt that too. I've been like, oh, I'm on the outside. Everyone's kind of probably just pretending to like me. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And with him, it's even more so because he's like rich. So people have a reason to pretend to like him. But then he's like, then he goes and hangs out with the bad guys and pays for everything. And like, you're doing it to yourself at that point. But I guess it's more vulnerable to stay with the other guys. I don't know. Why did you do that? And even in the end, oh, I was mad. The only time when I was mad at like the writing or the like actual character building is Yoongi. I think they messed up Yoongi. When Bomsock got out of the car and was like, it's your fault. If it wasn't for you, none of this would have happened. Excuse me? And yeah, she could have felt like, it makes sense that she like was like, oh shoot, like yeah, I did have a role in this. I feel crappy about it. If I had never come in, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Sure, she can feel that, but I was so ready for her to just like, I'm not good at comebacks in the heat of the moment, but I was ready for her to just like, just dig into him, you know? She didn't have to like punch him. I was yelling at my wall. I have a projector, and I was like, spit on him, do something. And she did nothing. She just let him go. This stupid little squirt isn't even taking responsibility for what he did. He literally, like, I get that he was able to like watch other people hurt his friend, and I thought maybe if it got to a certain point he would step in and stop them. I never thought that he would be able to kick or hit him at least more than like a couple times. And the other characters are such idiots. Oh, let's go kick him too. You don't think you could like kill someone by kicking them repeatedly in the head? Idiots! Anyway, he's not dead. Suho is not dead, because if he is dead, I'm not watching the second season. Everyone else can actually, don't tell me. I'm gonna watch the second season. I'm gonna hate every second of it because I'm gonna know how horrible it's all gonna be. I'm so annoyed thinking about it. I hate endings like that. And it's so sad now because Shion, the main character, now has to go to like this school for like delinquents, it looks like no one else would take him in, and his life is probably like ruined, and now he has to take on a whole freaking school of people who probably are wanting to beat him up, because who wouldn't want to beat this kid up because what the freak is his attitude, my gosh. No, but I thought the end was so hilarious, which makes no sense to you, but like, okay, so the one character, you know how the first bully had a crew? The shortest dude reminded me so much of the dude from Crash Landing on You. Crash Landing. But it's the bully dude at the very end of the thing. But at the beginning of the show, I was like, that dude, Yoon Jung-hoon, that's not him. This kid reminded me so much of the dude at the very end. He looks like him, doesn't he? But he does look a lot younger. I was like, there's no way this dude is not related to the Crash Landing on You dude. And then he showed up. It's like I manifested him. He showed up at the very end. I was like, oh my gosh, there's no freaking way, because I've been thinking about you this entire show, and here you are, and you look nothing like this. Like when I actually see them like side by side, they look, well, I think it's the lips and the nose and the eye. I don't know, it's like everything, but at the same time they don't look alike. I don't know. I just thought that was so hilarious. So like full circle moment for me individually. Oh, I guess I can't talk about Weak Hero without talking about the acting, because the acting is so amazing, and I'm a trained actor, okay? I'm not kidding, I am. Studied acting. And there's something in the water in Korea. I am telling you, these kids, well, they're not actually kids in real life, I suppose, but they're young. They're like in their early 20s, except for freaking Bosok, because what the freak? Or were in the early 20s when they filmed this. Wow, the moments these people had, like, I think, like, coming from what little acting experience I have, I think, like, the explosive scenes, like, the scene that got a lot of attention was the scene at the end where he's walking through the hallway, like, away after freaking beating the crap out of everyone. Like, what the freak? That's just how this guy expresses his love and loyalty, I suppose. It's just freak. Oh my goodness. Is it that easy to break people's bones? I don't know. But that scene, I realized I seen it on Instagram. And if I had recognized that show, I would know exactly how devastating the show would end up being, because I watched that and I recognized it right away as I seen him walking in the hallway. I was like, this is the show that everyone was talking about on Instagram. But I didn't realize till the very end, because this main dude, like, he's beautiful, whatever, but he's like got a plainer looking face, and plus his face in that scene is like you know, like ugly crying, you know? So like I wouldn't have recognized him, but wow. And everyone's talking about how like that scene's good, and I think that's what happens a lot with acting, is the like the big moments. People are like, wow, how did they do that? But it's like, I feel like in my experience, those ones are almost easier to do than like the little moments. Like if you're upset, it comes through so easily. If you can work yourself up to the point where you're really upset, then it's so easy to deliver those kinds of lines, if that makes sense. That's how I feel. But for me, when I'm like just having a simple like talking scene, I feel like that's the hardest. But these guys, they just add so much character, so many little moments, so many like it's so good. Like especially like the main dude isn't saying anything and his face is so blank. Like he has the same expression in every single scene, so it's like, how are you conveying so much with so little going on? It's impressive. And then the cool MMA fighter dude is so cool, and his little like moments after, when like you can tell like the scene's ended, the scene has ended, you know the scene has ended because there's no more lines and he's not actually doing anything, but he's still like in it and he's still like doing things. I'm just like I've given up on acting, at least for now, but like it makes me appreciate acting again and be like, I want to do that. But alas. So yeah, in summary, I am dead. Yes, I ugly cried. I cry in every K-drama. It doesn't even have to be sad, but I ugly cried and like sobbed. You know when you like actually are making sounds. It's that bad. I'm sweating just talking about this. I thought it was really good. It wasn't predictable at all, which like people like. I don't know if I like things not being predictable or if I like to know where it's going. I kind of sometimes like to know where it's going just so I don't get flabbergasted every single freaking. Oh my gosh, wait. I didn't talk about how horrible it was. Like I've seen bullying in shows. I've seen it horrible, like horrible bullying, physical, but I've never seen anyone go to the extent of drugging someone so that they don't do well on a test. Like that, like, whoa. That deserved the textbook slap. Wow. I think like all K-dramas and all life, everything could have been solved with more communication. And because there was a lack of communication, lives were lost. I really wish that Wamsok had opened up to his friends about what he's dealing with his father. And about how he was feeling like left out and stuff. And maybe he could have confessed his love for Suho, which might not have ended well because I feel like Suho and Shiun had a little bit of thing going on. They were kind of flirty a lot of the times. It just makes me so sad because I loved their friendship. In terms of the next season, I feel like the first season went from like, you know, here in craziness to like here in craziness. And I feel like instead of going back down, because how can you go back down? It's just gonna continue and it's just gonna get wow. Like, I don't even know. I don't think I want to watch it. It's coming out in 2 days. Are you guys gonna watch it? I don't want to. Maybe you guys can just tell me no, don't tell me what happens. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I will watch it. I just don't want to.